Alright, back with part 50 of Paper Mario. The first of my playthroughs to get to part 50, and it will probably be the last. The main reason it made it this far is because a lot of the earlier parts were extremely short. And we have another door that will let us by, but only under certain conditions. Bowser wants his doors to just play games with us rather than actually stop us. So we have to pay attention to what comes out of these doors. There were 3 Koopas. If you get 3 strikes on this, you have to beat a unit with 3 anti-guys. Which I would consider trying, but I don't want to have to fail and start over. It's a tough one. I just forgot which were there 3 of. I don't think it was red, but I'll guess that. And it was. So maybe I did know it was red and I just consciously forgot, so I took a guess. I think this question is the one that always screws me up because I never pay attention to which entrance they come from. I just count how many there are. I'll just say blue Shy Guys just as a random guess. I didn't think it was right. It's really hard to focus on these while I'm trying to do commentary, so that's why I'm mostly quiet in these parts. How many Goombas were there? I'm guessing 3. And I got that one wrong too, so even though I'm not intentionally fighting the anti-guy unit, I might wind up fighting them anyway. Because I'm doing really bad at this. I believe there would have been 4 arms. And there were, so I'm back on track here, hopefully. Oh god. There were 3 bob-ombs, I think. So I guess it all comes down to this next question. Really gotta focus on this one. What color were the shells? I'm gonna guess purple. Yes. I was really getting worried about this for a second there. After I got those 2 wrong, I was really worried I was gonna screw this up, but I just barely succeeded. And now the door will let us through. And there are plenty of items around, but I already have 10, so there's really no point in even trying to take any of them. Like there's that jam and jelly up there. But I really don't even need it. I'll switch to Bombette for these guys. It'll probably work out the best that way. Now if I attack this dry bones, maybe a mega bomb will kill them. And there they go, 17 damage to each of them, so they're extremely weak to fire attacks. Alright, was able to sneak past one of them. I guess it's just at this specific point of the castle that the electric guitar kicks into the song. I guess the song in general just gets a few added parts to it in this part of the castle. I never noticed that before. I just thought it was there all along, but in the last part I noticed it wasn't. To use Bombette there. And you get this Ultra Shroom, which I do not have room for, but I can eat the Super Shroom for it. Okay, I was just shutting up there for a second to listen to that guitar solo. It's pretty good. And there are some prisoners in there. I'll see if I can do something about that. I think this place is just an optional place for you to rest at. I don't think there's anything you actually need in there. Of course, the prison key is right there. And you can head in here and talk to some of the prisoners. This toad made a makeshift toad house with these prison beds, so you can just sleep in one of those. And wake up refreshed and ready to take on Bowser, wherever he may be. And since we've gone to 3 of the different rooms and there are 4 options, obviously the correct way to go is this way. Alright, so I guess I'm probably going to need to use Bombette for this one again. Just barely made it in time. There's a castle key. I'm not sure where the locked door is though, it must be down somewhere further that way. The path that I didn't take. I got stuck in this battle which interrupted that guitar solo. So I have to make these guys pay for that. I'll try jumping on them. Yeah, that'll finish that one off fine. I don't know why it's easier to hit the action command when they're throwing like 5 hammers at once. And yes, this is where the locked door is. And you want to pay attention to this pattern in the background with these flames here because it's actually important to remember what order they go in. Like it's up, down, down, up, and these are the doors you have to take. If you don't take the doors ways in the order that it shows there, then you just get teleported back somewhere. Teleported back to the entrance of this place. The first few times I played this game, I never even noticed that hint there. And I thought this was entirely trial and error, and it always took me like half an hour to figure out. Here though, it doesn't take very long at all. So you've remembered to look at the hint, and remembered what the hint was. That guitar solo, I'm actually trying to learn how to play on real guitar. I think I have most of it down, but the fast part I can't play at all. And Princess Peach is right here, that's a surprise. Apparently just ran away from Bowser, so there's no need to fight him. Goombario thinks something doesn't seem right here. But he's probably just being paranoid. Peach is right there, we can leave now. How very odd, she can't seem to keep up. Well, I'm sure she'll find her way back. Now she's not coming. How very odd. Okay, that explains a lot. It was definitely just a duplicate ghost. Who cares about the people in Peach's castle? That's a good point, but somehow I don't think that's really the princess anymore. So I'll just hammer Peach several times, asking for help from Bowser, so obviously that's not Peach. And somehow that one duplicate ghost that was there transformed into 4. Guess it's just to make things more difficult. I don't think I need to use Starstorm here. I can just beat all of these guys up the old-fashioned way. I don't know, lone enemies always transform into several enemies. Well, not always, but most of the time they transform into several enemies, but it seems to bother me more when there's a plot point thing and it transforms into like 4 enemies. This is interesting that the Goombario Duplighost can actually use Tattle on Mario. He gives you information on Mario, but he doesn't say his HP or attack and defense. So I guess the Duplighosts aren't as good at Tattle as regular Goombario actually is. last one finally decided he wanted to transform. And it's about time too, because he's now the only survivor. But he won't be for long. Wonder if I can multi-bonk him to death here. Yep. See how long this goes. Yeah, as soon as I decided to comment during it broke it up. I lost my concentration, but there was really no need to keep it going. And there's one more door here. Apparently has better defenses. And the Koopa brothers make their second appearance of the game. Do you remember who we are? Of course I do. Too cool to forget. If I beat them, I get to go through here. Sounds like fun. He learned a new technique and trained. Now they're super, ultra mighty and great. And then Junior Troopa shows up. I guess he flew up here, but if he can really fly up here and do all of this with ease, then why doesn't he try to save the princess? I guess he's just a jerk. But we have to fight for about the millionth time this game. 60 HP, 8 attack power, 2 defense. And he seems to just be in normal form for this battle. He's not flying or anything crazy like that. So as long as he stays like this, we shouldn't have problems. I mean, he's already down to 36 HP. Of course, I'm down to fairly low HP too. And he transforms in the middle of the battle. And this transformation does make him much harder to hit for sure. So I'll have to use Starstorm. Probably a combination of Starstorm and what? There's not too much you need to save star energy for at this point. Well, that was a pretty damaging attack. Have to give him some credit for that. 8 damage isn't bad. Of course, it was just because I missed the action command. Hopefully I can do better with that. Then he transforms into his magic form, which has an easier action command, so I have less problems with it. Yes, that's it. And one more attack should do it for him. Which is good because I'm down to 12 HP here. And there he goes. 27 star points. And he's gone again. And the door seems to be confused enough to let us through based on that. So, might as well go. Can't be too far now. And yes, now we're finally outside of Peach's castle. Though I still wonder why that ship couldn't take us up here in the first place. I guess then I would have never I would have never gotten to listen to the guitar solo a few times. And we save this toad from the closet and get to take a nap here. And there's a last stand badge here that I won't be using. It's an interesting badge, but I have no use whatsoever for it. I'm gonna just explore the castle a little bit as Mario here. There's not really much you can do here though. Everyone's gone now. Here's the kitchen, but Mario doesn't have the cooking skills required to bake anything, so there's no point to it. So might as well go up to the next floor. Here's the library. And Mario can jump up here. And there's that life shroom. You could see it before chapter 3, but you can't actually get this life shroom until this point in the game. And by this point I don't need it because I already have 3 life shrooms in my inventory and I don't have room for anything else. But it's there if you need it, I thought I'd show that. Here's where Bowser's diary was and where the secret exit out of Peach's room always leads to. This is where Gourmet Guy was waiting for that cake. This, of course, is the room with this chest where Princess Peach leaves some items, so Mario can pick them up in the other chest. And obviously, you know, this would be Peach's room, but she doesn't seem to be here right now. Just examine the fluffy bed and the pictures. Apparently Mario looks fine without cosmetics. Which seems to imply that Peach isn't, or doesn't look fine without cosmetics. But I guess there's nowhere you can actually tell that. It's all a matter of opinion anyway. It's like, what if I think Mario needs makeup? And we finally run into Bowser again. With Peach captive, as always. And we get to battle him here. Can do 6 damage with that. I have to use Good Mario to see his HP. He doesn't seem to be so tough. 50 HP and 1 defense. That's nothing. Hell, might as well just beat him and get this over with. He uses the Star Rod, just like in the first battle in this exact same place, to make himself invincible, but unlike the first time, we now have something we can do about it. Using this Star Beam to get rid of his powers. And there they go. He's calling me a coward now. Just because I can finally do something to him. He's not so tough when his invincibility wears off. Of course, he can use this Star Rod to heal himself for 20 HP. Which definitely makes the whole battle a lot longer. Although if he can use the Star Rod to grant any of his wishes, why does he only wish for 20 HP? Couldn't he wish to be fully healed or something? Oh well, that would kind of unbalance the game, so I can understand why they don't do that. But from a plot perspective, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's just necessary from the gameplay point of view. Alright, now he's down to 20 HP. And I blocked that attack with Goombario at least. Even if Mario got damaged by it, that doesn't really matter. Now he's down to 10. And I still have 30 HP left. And we've defeated Bowser, giving us 40 star points. And I'll level up for some more FP, maybe. Yeah, I'll go with FP, why not? Fortunately, defeating him was just an annoyance. And now he can just run off with the princess. We did nothing to stop him. We were too busy celebrating a minor victory over him to actually do anything. There he is. Too bad I can't fly. And Parakarry can only carry me for short distances. Now this staircase here leads to the actual final boss battle. But there's a save point down there, so I think I'll use that first. And we'll fight the boss in part 51, which will be the finale part of this playthrough. See you then.